Now it's time to start putting all of our design principles to work and for us to begin building our projects. The first project is a business card for the Houston Aeronautics Company. Now you'll notice throughout this chapter that I'm using Adobe Illustrator to create this card. However, you don't have to use Illustrator, you can use any tool you want, be it Illustrator, Photoshop, InDesign, Word, or even Publisher. I'm basing my design off of the Moo.com business card template, and I've also given you templates in your exercise files folder for this exact look for Photoshop and InDesign as well. Unfortunately, Moo doesn't support Publisher or Word at this time, but you can create business cards in both of those programs. So if you want to fire those up and just create yourself a blank document at the business card size, you can do that. Or you can just sit back and watch as I guide you through this process. So the first thing you want to do when you create a business card document is you want to make sure that the guides on screen are visible, and you want to make sure that they're exactly where they need to be. And so in this case, I based it off of the Moo card, so all of these guides are in place and correct. But I also want to make sure that I understand exactly what they mean. So I've named these over here in my layers panel. You can see over here, safe and trim. And if I unlock these, you can see here's the trim. So that's the outside guide, and the inside is the safe area. So everything inside of this is safe, and I don't need to go outside of that, and then everything needs to bleed all the way to here because this is the trim mark right there. So I understand that I have all three sections, safe, trim, and bleed, all taken care of in this one document. So I'll lock those back up and close it. Make sure I'm working on that second layer so that the guides are on top of it. Now, you might also want to create multiple pages for your document as well, because in most cases, business cards do have a front and a back. And so in order to do that in a program like Illustrator, for instance, you would go over to the artboard panel and just create a new artboard, and that would add in another artboard somewhere over here. Now, you may want to copy those guides and paste those into Illustrator as well. You can do that. Go back to your layers panel, just unlock anything that might need unlocking. And then actually I'm going to go up to the view menu and guides, and I'll unlock the guides. That way I can select them. There we go. And I'll copy those to the clipboard, come over here, click on this and edit, paste in place. There we go. We've got those. And then we'll go to view, guides, lock guides. And so in Illustrator, you just have to lock down the guides in order to make sure you don't accidentally delete them. In Photoshop, you would do this by creating a completely different document or by using something called layer comps. So you can find out more about that by searching the lynda.com online training library for layer comps. And in InDesign, you could just add another page to your layout. So that way you can very easily design both the front and the back of the business card either in the same document or relatively quickly. Once you have the document set up like you like it, I suggest saving a completely blank copy of this out somewhere convenient. So maybe I'll just save this file, save as, and I could save this out on my desktop as blank template. I already have one out there. I'll just replace it, hit OK, and now I have access to this template anytime I need to in the future create more cards just like this. So once you have your document all set up, saved, and ready to go, now you are ready to start adding some design elements to it, and that's where we're going to be taking this further as we go throughout this chapter.